Listen up, desktop traders. This video is specifically for you because pay close attention. We are on tradingview.com/desktop, and this is where you can download the free TradingView desktop app for Windows, for Mac, or for Linux. And as you scroll down on this page, you will see all of the capabilities and features of the TradingView desktop app, including its native and dynamic features for multiple monitors. So you can see here, there are multiple monitors. The desktop app snaps and fits beautifully into those monitors. And there are some features we are going to show you about native multi-monitor support in this walkthrough so that you know whether or not you should be using the desktop app or TradingView Web. Because between symbol syncing and synchronized crosshairs, you're really going to get a lot out of this app. By the way, on tradingview.com, you can go to More, Downloads, Desktop App. Now, let's get out of here and head to the desktop app. That's right. Opened up before your eyes is the TradingView desktop app. Now, the first thing you're probably going to see here is that the TradingView desktop app functions and looks like the web product. So if you know how to use TradingView on tradingview.com, you'll see all of your favorite tools and features are just where you like them. They have not moved at all. So you can find the drawing tool of your needs, select it, and just like you're on the web, make a drawing as needed. You'll also notice that your symbol search is still up here at the top. So if we wanted to, for example, change this chart to Tesla, all it takes is us typing in the relevant terms or symbols or company names and going to that chart. We've got our time intervals here. So we go from a 30-minute chart to a daily chart, just as we would on the web. The choice, of course, is entirely yours. We can also change our chart types to an area chart or a candlestick chart or any of the options here. For now, we're going to stick to candles. And the point here is that all of your favorite features and tools like alerts, bar replay, and let us not forget about indicators are all where you like them. So ideally, you are getting a very quick understanding that the TradingView desktop app is going to work a lot like web because, check this out, your watch list is still located at the top right, your alerts, your object tree, and so much more. Moving our mouse down here to the bottom just to remind you that you can utilize the screener, the Pine editor, the strategy tester, and trading panel as well, just as you would on web. Well, why is this app different then? Why should you use it? This is the part of the video that we hope you stuck around for, because here's where you're going to really gain an edge when using this app, specifically if you have more than one monitor or if you are looking for an app that really just runs beautifully on your computer and snaps to your computer screen or fits into your computer screen as you need. So what you're going to observe here is we have Tesla here, the tab, and there's a plus sign here. And this is probably the most important thing to know about the desktop app that is different from web, is that it functions and works on the basis of tabs. So you can click this plus sign to create as many new tabs as you need. And now as you have the new tab screen open, you've got many different options here because you can create a new chart, you can utilize specific chart layouts, or you can access screeners, heat maps, news flow, economic calendar, and the community of ideas. Well, I am Steph. I'm the narrator of this video, so I'm going to make sure I'm utilizing my layout here. And I'm just going to show you how some of the other tools look in the desktop app beyond the charts. So I'm going to open up the Stocks 2.0 screener, give this a second to load, and now you can see how this looks on the desktop app. If you have an enormous monitor or multiple monitors, you probably now can see how powerful this is of having this on one monitor, all of your favorite screens right here, just a click away, living and being updated as much as you need really on the monitor of your choice. Let's go to this tab and let us show you the economic calendar. So if you are a Forex trader or if you are looking to follow some breaking events in the global economic scene, you can have your economic calendar open as a tab as well. And there is much more here because if you'd like, you can have your heat maps right here before you. You can now start to visualize if we had multiple monitors in this demonstration, how good this heat map would look sitting on an entirely separate monitor. And let us make sure that we also show you news flow. So if you are looking to follow news on a daily basis, top stories, or maybe specific markets you follow, you can have a tab open specifically for news. But lastly, we should also remind you that our social network is right here for you. This is a network, as you know, of ideas, trade ideas, research, and more being published around the world. So you can also have this open as a tab as well. So by this point in the video, you now not only understand that the TradingView desktop app is going to look and work a lot like the TradingView web app, so that if you are already a master at TradingView.com, you will be a TradingView desktop master as well. But more importantly, we've also now shown you the power of tabs. Now, there is something that we do want to go deeper into with these tabs. So why don't we just exit out here of these tabs? Exit out, exit out. And that is the fact that you can right-click on these tabs to get some additional capabilities that you will not find on the website. And depending on your workstation or the way you prefer to have your desk and monitors aligned, you're going to find some great power here. For example, we can quickly duplicate a tab of any sort to have that chart open up right away. So if we like a specific layout, if we like a specific chart, all it takes is right-clicking and duplicating that chart to create a whole new tab. Now over here to the right, you're going to see this monitor icon. And if we click this monitor icon, what it's going to do is create a new app window of sorts for us that we can move around to our other monitors. And this is the multi-monitor support that the desktop app offers. But the reason why we showed you that is because if you'd like, so we've duplicated this tab because let's just say we like this chart. This is the chart we want to look at today. And you know what? We want to duplicate it because we're going to click, hold, and now drag this duplicate tab and create a whole new window. So you can start to imagine now if we had two monitors, well, we would just drag this to our other monitor. And now we would have the same charts that we need, or the same chart look and layout that we need on both of our monitors. So these are some of the capabilities that are available to you on the TradingView desktop app, but it also gets better. Because if we right click, we can reload the tab. So if we're looking for a quick refresh or maybe to take us back to a point that we were on when we first started the tab, we could quickly reload it. We can copy a link to the tab. We can also pin the tab so that it's pinned to our desktop app. We can also quickly close this tab, or we can also create some syncing features with these colored flags. Well, let's unpin this tab and talk about the syncing features now. What we're going to do is we're going to duplicate this tab, and we're going to duplicate this tab again. And you know what? Let's duplicate it again. Now what we're going to do is we are going to make this tab the color blue. So we're going to make a symbol syncing flag with the color blue. And now that we've done that, you can see there's this blue line underneath here. See that? Now we're going to go to this tab and right click and do blue, right click and do blue, right click and do blue. So what we've just done is we have now synced these four tabs. Well, why does that matter? What does it do? Watch this. We're going to change this chart from Tesla to Bitcoin. And just like that, all of the tabs change as well. We have quite literally synced them by the color of our choice, which is blue. Okay, well, let's change this one to green, and let's change this one to green. So now we've got blue and green. Okay, what shall we change the symbol to this time? Why don't we change it to CL, which is going to be crude oil futures. And just like that, our blue tabs have changed to crude oil. And let's change this one here to SPY, which is the S&P 500 SPY ETF. And now our green tabs have updated as well. You can imagine if you have multiple monitors, having these syncing features can be of great value so that you can ensure that these symbols in the research that you're doing are being synced across the different charts that you have on your monitors. This is of great value if you're doing multiple time frame analysis, if you have multiple charts open, or if you're just looking to follow symbols across your monitors as well. Now, the final thing we want to end with is the aspect that you have some other options on the TradingView desktop app that we want to make sure that you know about. So we showed you the capability here to create a new window, which you can drag anywhere on your screen or to one of your new monitors. You're also going to notice that these three dots here, when clicked, are going to show you some other important details. They're going to remind you which account you're logged in as, which is always important, especially if you're a paying member. You want to make sure you see your name and your icon there, knowing it's you. You've got your settings here, the capability to make a new tab, the capability to make a new window. You can even reopen a closed window. So, for example, if you accidentally closed a window, you can reopen it. You can open a link from a clipboard that you have copied, and you can also zoom out or zoom in as needed. And then, of course, a really great feature, and when you download the TradingView Desktop app, you will be presented with this as well, is you can sync the desktop app to your system. So if you want to have it synced, so it's sort of a dark mode and light mode correspondence with your computer, or the way your computer is set up, click System, and it will now sync your desktop app to either the light mode or dark mode that you're currently on. For this video, we've been on dark mode the whole time, so let's keep it that way. But lastly, you can also exit out this way as well. But you, of course, have the icons you're also used to as well to maximize, enter full screen as needed, and of course, if you'd like to minimize it or exit out, you have these buttons up here as well. So really, the key thing to take away from this video is that you have the same features as TradingView Web, but with some added important details that are specific for desktop traders. So with that being said, we hope that you enjoyed this video. We hope that you really get a chance to take this free desktop app for a spin and that it improves your process on your desktop, especially for those of you who have multiple monitors. And go to tradingview.com/desktop to get this app today. Download it and you can get started as needed. You can utilize all of your favorite tools as you know, and you can also put to work some of the unique tab features that really only come with the TradingView desktop app, as well as the capability to create these new windows and move them specifically into the monitor of your choice. So with that being said, we appreciate you watching this video. Please let us know if you have any questions or